And it's somewhere in that sweat of being up there in the hinterlands of this factory, we got on the subject of cars. And he says, well, I have a car. He says, I'm selling it if you want to buy it. He says, I'll give it to you for $100. I said, ooh. Oh, $100 car. Nobody can say no to a $100 car. So I said, absolutely. I said, what is it? He said, it's a 64 GTO convertible.
For $100?
$100.
Welcome to your Uncle Joe's Garage, outfitted by California Car Cover. Very special guest today, John O'Hurley. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be with you.
You know, we've had world champion drag racers sit in that seat. We've had 5 or 6 Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, another 5 or 6 who should be in the Hall of Fame. We've had IndyCar winners in here. We've had a variety of the best comics in America and actors, but we've never before had someone who's a member of the Seinfeld family, and the Monty Python family, the SpongeBob family, and Dancing with the Stars God, and who would appear in a movie like Angry Beavers. So you are really setting the mark pretty high here today.
I don't know. I thought you had dropped your standards to allow me in, but that's awfully nice of you.
Doing the Peter, Pan and Tinkerbell, A Pirate's Christmas at Pasadena Playhouse, December 9th through January 3rd, which parking will be great on that day. We'll get into that in just a moment here. This is the garage. I assume you, being a full-blooded American male, had first car that...
Yes, and not only that,
the details?
Gosh, my first car. It's a good thing you asked that because it was my, let me make sure I get this right. It was my sophomore year in college that my parents finally buckled and let me get a car. And I'd met a guy that I was working with over the summer. I was working at a factory changing light bulbs. And it's somewhere in that sweat of being up there in the hinterlands of this factory, we got on the subject of cars. And he says, well, I have a car. He says, I'm selling it if you want to buy it. He says, I'll give it to you for $100. I said, ooh. $100 car. Nobody can say no to a $100 car. So I said, absolutely. I said, what is it? He said, it's a 64 GTO convertible.
For $100?
$100. So I bought it for, and I came in, I had my uncle who is an engineer come over and look at it. He goes, I don't know. He says, it looks like it's running, but... So,
was he a train engineer?
So here's what happened. It had a reverse gear. It had no forward gear. It actually had a first gear. That's all it had. And all the other gears were just stripped out of the automatic transmission. So let me take it back. I'm sorry, 65 GTO convertible. And it was a Ford, and it was the 396 double overhead cam.
Yeah.
Absolutely one of the fastest cars you have ever seen. I mean, you just touch the pedal and it's at 140. And plus it was a convertible. So I bought this for $100. My father, when I got it home, we went down and we put about $400 into a new transmission, and I drove that out to school. And I just was so glad to have a car. I had no idea really of what I had. Well, apparently other people did, because the first night I was out at school, at Providence College, I parked it on a street, and with everything in it, I went to a party that night, and the car was stolen. Now, that was not the first time. That was the first time, but there was a second and a third time that year that it was stolen. And the funniest was, the second time I'm on stage singing a love song I'm doing the Fantastics, and I'm the boy and the girl is there, and she's on the other side of the wall, and I'm singing this incredible love song to her, while I hear my car being started up in the parking lot. And you know, back before, electronic emissions, you knew the sound of your car being, especially something like, like that. I mean, it sounded like NASCAR, my car going off like that. So I went, and I'm singing to her like this, and my eyes just glaze over like deer, and all of a sudden I go, I have two choices. I can run out there right now, or I just go down with the ship and continue singing. So I continued to sing. I went out there at intermission and gone. They found it on a ski slope in North Providence. Everything was gone from it. Once again, the tires were gone, so I put that car back together 3 times that year.
Good Lord.
Yep.
But if you still had it today,
it would be worth. I saw it actually because I get onto I'm involved with a charity that is attached to the Barrett-Jackson down in Scottsdale. So we get the first look at all of the auction cars on that Saturday night before it opens, and it's a big gala and what have you. And I walk through there and I see a 65 GTO convertible every year there. Sometimes a convertible, sometimes not. But it starts, usually they start at about 75 grand now.
Yeah.
Yep. Bought it for $100.
Good to have you in the garage.
But you know what? I sold it, but I got to tell you, I sold it for $50, so my cost basis was only $50.
And a little maintenance.
Yeah. You want any other investment tips? I'll be glad to give it to you.
That being high maintenance, you also do the National Dog Show. This year was very interesting. The results, I can't remember.
Yes, well, the Skye Terrier won, but not without a lot of weeping and moaning across the country. 25 million people watch this, and I don't know. I know there's rioting in the streets, and I think it's over the the fact that the Chihuahua that was in the Best in Show group did not win. It was the winningest Chihuahua in the history of Chihuahuas. It did not win. The Skye Terrier won, and so you can imagine how difficult it was for many people.
How was it to work with Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir?
Actually, I didn't have to work with them. So no, they were there and they were doing backstage stuff.
Oh,
but it was
okay.
fine. They were doing fine. You know, they brought a little bit of fun to. You know, they're not everybody's favorite, but it was good to have them there. Good to have them there. The dog show is fun, as I say. This is our 14th year doing it. I can't believe I haven't killed that series yet. I've killed every other one I've done, but it is fun to do. It's wholesome television. We have a great time doing it. I laugh all the time that I'm there because you're in the presence of 2,000 of the best dogs in the country, so it's always a fun day.
And you had mentioned before the handlers, actually, there's specific handlers that get paid to
listen, it's a high-priced industry. You pay. I mean, these handlers that are showing the dog in the ring, unless you own your own dog and handle it yourself. But these guys are in nice little six-figure salaries. Yeah, because there is an art to showing a dog, because every breed has a different characteristic to it, a form and a function. It is a written specification. So these handlers have to know that. They know exactly how long the lead is, the speed that the animal should move at, and it's, you can't just go out there and just do it.
Has it inspired you to get a handler?
It really is. I need one. Hey, I got to tell you, we did have something happen this year that's never happened before. One of the handlers took a wide turn coming into home there as she did, and she took a spill.
Whoa.
And she tore a hamstring. Now, this is all of a sudden, I'm thinking, football. It's like it's like they had to bring out the cart and get her on the cart. The whole show stopped for 45 minutes while this handler who had the torn hamstring had to be removed from the field. Well, I mean, no, it's
sorry for her. But
it's absolutely. I've never seen.
Dogs getting
but you just
up.
never see an injury like that in the world of dog shows. It's like, they've torn a hamstring. Let's go back and see how that happened. Okay, you see it happen there? Oh, yeah. Okay, this is where she's reaching for the hammy right there. She's reaching for the hammy. Yep, that's where she went down. But it was just this bizarre moment that was just like, dog show, hamstring.
And you were part of it.
And I was. My favorite, though, is when the year that it was in the Best in Show group when they brought the Great Dane out and they're bringing it around the ring, and the Great Dane stops right in front of the NBC booth, looks over at me directly in the eye, squats down, and leaves what I refer to as an editorial comment right there on the blue carpeting. Right
Good
there.
Heavens. Yes.
The show stopped for about 10 minutes while the hazmat team came out and cleaned up this thing that looked like, well, never mind, but it was just, it was quite a surprise.
Did you have to go into therapy afterwards for that?
I took it personally.
I understand. Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, A Pirate's Christmas, Pasadena Playhouse, December 9th through the 3rd. Pasadena Playhouse is beautiful. That's
legendary.
Legendary.
I mean,
and this is Peter Pan. I take it you are Captain Hook.
I am Captain Hook, yes. It's kind of J. Peterman with a bit of long hair and a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, Hook is a fun character to play because I also play King Arthur in Spamalot.
Yes,
so
yes.
This is kind of King Arthur, but just taking a little right-hand turn there. But it's a lot of fun to play. Very talented cast. Most of the kids are from the Disney show Girl Meets World, which is now Disney's one of Disney's top shows. So it's going to, being a kids musical or a children's musical, this is going to. I don't know that there's going to be room in all of Pasadena, never mind at the Playhouse, for the people that are going to be coming to see the show. So we're looking forward to it.
And there's dancing in this?
Oh yes, I'm back dancing again.
Okay, I was going to say
Yep.
that was quite the trip you had, Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Well, I was lucky enough to be there in the inaugural season, which is good because I wasn't smart enough to know what I didn't know. ABC, I remember this. This is a true story. ABC took me out to lunch and said they wanted to pitch me a series. Now, ABC never takes me to lunch, and they do not pitch me series. So we were over there, and while we're having lunch, they talked about and showed me the videos of this wonderful show that was called Strictly Come Dancing over in London. It was such a hit, they were going to bring it over as a summertime replacement series. And I said, oh no. I said, well, I'll be very happy to host it. And they said, no, we want you to do it. I said, no, I'll host it. And they go, no, you'll do it. I said, I mean, because I'm the guy, I don't dance. I'm the guy at the wedding reception.
Don't.
I'm the guy at the wedding reception that has the glass of Chardonnay, and when the music and the dancing starts, I go back to the wall and say, knock yourselves out, Shriners. You know, and I don't, so it isn't, you know, important to me. So anyway, I said, yes, I'll do it. And they said, good. I said, who else have you asked? They said, well, you're the first one.
There you go.
But now we can, they said, now we can get Evander Holyfield. I said, what? And then I realized what they were doing. They were using this replacement series to do for America what they had wanted for more than 20 years, which was the Evander Holyfield-John O'Hurley matchup now on the level playing field of ballroom dancing. And if you don't remember that first year, I took him out in the third round with my foxtrot.
Huzzah. So let's
Champ went down.
Let's just recap here. Spam-A-Lot. You're wearing stretchy pants in that.
Oh yeah.
And,
I'm never without spandex.
I was going to say Dancing with Stars
Spandex.
and Captain Hook.
Spandex.
Did they let you carry the hook out? Does that
Oh, I
stay
have a
in?
good hook. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a chrome hook, so I'll be able to see myself, and it's actually going to be fun. But the spandex very important. The spandex is memory yarn, and in my case, memory yarn with a lot of bad memories.
Shapely just the same. There's two dogs in your...
Oddly enough, we have two dogs, two Newfoundlands that are going to be trading shows because, you know,
Newfoundlands like
well, they're
horses?
huge, not only huge, but great family dogs, which is the purpose of this, because the Newfoundland is playing Nana, their dog that kind of watches over them during the day. The children there, Wendy et al. And but the Newfoundlands are such a wonderful, happy breed, but they're also very. So yeah, better, as Peterman would say, better bring a poncho.
And they're therapy dogs, so you can talk
They are
to
therapy dogs, and I got to say, you know, on a serious note, the work that dogs do in hospitals as therapy dogs, in terms of being there on the beds for the kids with cancer, you know, they have, you know, the eyes are absolutely dead in these children because it's just, chemotherapy is a terrible thing. But just to have a dog in their laps to be able to pet, and these dogs that come into the hospitals trained as therapy dogs across the country do extraordinary things, and dogs do extraordinary things to begin with for us. Yeah.
John O'Hurley, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, A Pirate's Christmas, Pasadena Playhouse, December 9th through the 3rd of January. Do the young actors look forward to working with you to learn lessons, or you just try and keep up with them?
Listen, I don't listen. These kids are talented on their own. Remember, these are mostly kids from the Disney shows.
Yeah.
And Disney's very smart about who they choose for their performers.
Yeah.
They want kids that sing, that they all have to be triple threats in these shows because they work them along as they go on. They have recording careers. Every one of these kids has a record label voice in the show. They're able to dance incredibly. We have choreography in the show because Spencer, one of the choreographers from So You Think You Can Dance, is our choreographer.
Oh, dear God.
He has these kids that are 6, 7, 8 years old that are just kind of background kids doing choreography on hoverboards, the brand new kind of thing that you have to balance on, that
I grew up
on
in
stage
yeah.
doing that. Some of the most unbelievable choreography I've ever seen on stage.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing
Yeah,
it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it myself.
Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, A Pirate's Christmas, Pasadena Playhouse, starts December 9th, the day before my birthday. I appreciate the party you're going to be throwing down there.
That's so sweet.
John O'Hurley,
Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
Great to spend some time with you.
Hey, I know that you, yes you, haven't been in the Uncle Joe's Garage yet, but I got some good news. We have created a mobile version of the Uncle Joe's Garage, thanks to our friends at Mike Thompson RV Superstores. Like they say, don't miss a moment, and don't miss the mobile Uncle Joe's Garage coming to location near you.